Testing our live systems. Alright, we're back with Elden Ring. Let's see, I believe we are in the Limgrave area? Pretty close to it. Yeah. I did not mean to record that. Yeah, we're on the islands. With the Dragon Shrine. Church of Dragon Communion. We need a AzedNaught. AzedNaught! Well, I know where one is. A dragon. One that's not as strong as other dragons. First we should probably level up a little bit. Increase my intelligence. Increase my vigor. And leave it at that for now. I am playing a mostly intelligence build because we're going for a Zelda build. Oh, right. I know I could have teleported, but this is a way to get back to. So the goal here is now to go face off that dragon in that bog down below over here, near the Dragon Burnt Ruins. And if he takes us out, there's a secret. There's actually a secret if the dragon takes you out.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me. Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle. What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
No, you're quite alive.
Thank you. You're very kind. I always wanted to be a seamster like my mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up.
Okay, I think the next place we see him is past the keep. There is a way around, but I don't really need to do that right now. He does modify armor. He can make it better by putting a cape on, or he can take the cape off if you want that aesthetic. But the capes, they do have a difference in armor rating. They do affect armor rating.
I don't want any trouble.
That's good, because I don't either. I don't really need the bow. I mean, Zelda does know how to wield a bow, so I suppose we could go with that. I'm gonna buy 20, 30 arrows.
All done?
All done. Is that how people do that? Where they get into the area down there, like hide? somebody invades your worlds. If you have that setting on. Which, once I get it, actually... I don't know, because we haven't gotten to the... I don't know what to call it exactly. The haven area, the area you can teleport to. It's way later in the game. There's an area way later in the game. I don't remember exactly how you get invited to get in there. I can't remember. A lot of things about this game that I don't remember, and I'm just trying to play it as if I don't know that much about it. And that's really hard to do when you've played through it twice. Trying not to anticipate anything, because I feel like when you play through something the first time, and you feel like you're anticipating something, and you know what's going to happen. It's like when you feel prepared, you're actually not as prepared as you think you are. Because there's like loose ends that you forget about. Like, oh, I know this fight going in, and then you remember there's some little nuanced trick. Especially with this game. There's a lot of detail in this game. Catacombs. I believe this has a... Interesting. Oh yeah. These guys. Gonna rest here. Quick. Gargoyles. You know, there's a place. I just realized. Should probably go to and it's kind of a trap, but honestly it gives one of the best it's a shortcut. It's kind of a shortcut. It's actually by the Dragonburnt ruins. Oh, we are close enough. There's the other guy here. Magic does make everything easier in this game. And that's only because it gives you extra tools. It has nothing to do with like resistances, because if you don't focus on all of your stats and make yourself a well-rounded character. Oh. You know, I did buy that bow. That makes us, puts us at a heavy load. Whoa! Secret passage, oh secret passage. And there is, right here. Isn't there? Oh no, there's not. That's just a liar. Or they just picked the wrong phrasing. It's a very close call. Pretty sure that's not the first time that guy's happened to fall that way for me. It's very interesting. Take a sip. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh boy, there's three of them. Forgot about that. All right. Didn't expect secret. Wow, they really do put a lot of detail in this game. Oh, that's already deactivated. That stayed deactivated. That's great. Wow, that almost ended me. Alright, run in. Turn this off. So you can actually fight these guys. That's the three that messed us up. It's clinging on the walls. They give off, the gargoyles give off like xenomorph vibes in this. Like the not their faces, but the way that they move. The way that they cling to the walls and just are super stationary. Wow, that guy really tried. Here. Yes, there. Yeah. I've noticed from times before playing that a lot of the enemies really detect that lock-on system, and they can read your movement based on the lock-on system. And if you sometimes if you can practice and play without using it, only just to see enemies. Why did I not? Why was I not able to attack there? What? Oh, this the heavy door. The prompt. Okay, I'm going around and going back up there because I'm pretty sure there's an item up there that I missed. Could be wrong. Right on. Also, welcome to the stream. Elden Ring is definitely one of my favorite games. Being able to fully customize the way that you play the game, the style of gameplay. I mean, every weapon has a different move set, basically. I mean, you know, some of them are very similar, but then you can customize it further by putting your own attacks on things. That's great. Love that. Pretty sure all of these bosses have a random chance of dropping the sword or weapon that they wield. Wow, that messed up all those wolves in one attack. Maybe the bosses don't, but there are there are regular enemies of those bosses later on in the game, and I know they can drop that weapon. Another cool feature about this game. Like if you like a particular armor set or weapon, typically the enemies that are wearing it drop it, unless there's a set somewhere that you have to find. No, we're just shy. Just shy of a level. One more should do it. So I'm in part leveling strength because strength does provide a lot of defensive bonuses, but also because there are particular weapons that I would still like to wield, even though I'm going to be using magic. There's a scythe that we have right now, and I can't use it. Oh, and then it's closing in because of the strength cap on it. I think that would be a fun weapon to wield. I don't think I ever even used it in the last one, in one of my last playthroughs. I don't even know if I have that weapon on any of my characters in my other playthroughs. I'm sure I do, but... Let's see, what am I doing here? Right, the dragon. A couple of things I want to look... Uh-oh. Did not mean to fall down there. Characters have a really hard time tracking you when you don't have them locked on, and I mean they can hit you and they can track you, but they just have a harder time doing it when you don't have a lock on. Hey, you do as a player as well have a harder time hitting the enemies, but if you can control it and you can move your camera fast enough and you can keep them locked on front and center, you can absolutely confuse enemies more often. At least from my experience. They may have changed that. It's been a while. Like since I guess a few months after the game came out. I guess I could look at the last achievement that I got to see. So that would have been the last time I finished playing the game. I'm gonna double check something really quick. I want to make sure that I've talked to this guy over here. And this may not even appear if I'm too high a level. This may not work.
Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late.
That's what he says in trying to fight this dragon. Which we're totally gonna do. We're gonna be fools and fight a dragon. See if I can sneak up on it. This might be a really bad idea. So if this guy takes us out, we might be able to summon the samurai to help us. Wow. The range of that. If we beat the dragon, we get a ton of experience, and its heart. And the heart is what we use to get the dragon sorceries, which are really powerful. At least they were when I played before. I can't believe I evaded that. Oh no. Wow. Tail almost hit us. Oh boy. It's up on the wall. Wow. First try on that guy. New dragon power is available at the Dragon Cathedral. Let's see what the samurai says now. I'm really curious, because I don't think I've done that in one shot before. I mean, maybe when I decided to go take it out on my first playthrough, and I just ignored it, and then came back later and was like, yeah, I can take on a dragon. And it was just like a couple shots and it was done. Super fun early on though.
Beautiful work. Felling that dragon.
Oh.
And as such, there's something you might like to know. The heart you brought back. It's used in dragon communion. If you should find yourself overcome by hunger for the heart, yearning for its strength, then seek the decrepit church on the little island off the western coast.
Yes, we've been there. What does he say next?
You must not forget, though, those who partake in dragon communion will one day shed their humanity, their hunger for dragon, their yearning only worsens until the floodgates burst, unleashing eternal torment. The strength of a mighty dragon. Magnificent, but deadly. It's no surprise that dragon communion is ruinous.
Alright. Welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing today? Wow, that restored both health and... the cerulean tears. Crimson tears and cerulean tears. Alright, let's go turn in that dragon heart and get a dragon sorcery. See what we can get. Well, we don't meet the requirements to use them quite yet, but we will soon enough. One's a little easier to get to. And this is partly totally something that would... totally something Zelda would do, right? To eat dragon hearts. That's what the hearts are at the... into bosses, right? That's what gives you more vitality in Zelda. Oh, right. I'm gonna go talk to this guy down here. We have to use that emote to get him to appear. That we get from the merchant. Try to pick up as many materials as I go. Huh. I'm not gonna stop and fight these guys. There's a great bear right there. Yeah, this is where we need to use that emote anyway. Seriously, are they still chasing us? Or do they call it off? Bears here. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you're big. I thought the merchant gave us an emote back in. Is it this one? No, it's not. That is absolutely not it. Finger snap, that's the one. Well, didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll just put those back in the box. There he is.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody. Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward. Darrowell is nothing but a traitor. and in need of a fitting end to his tale. Darrowell is nothing but a trait, and in need of a fitting.
So in order to get him to spawn, if you're not aware, you have to come to this area first, where this great bear is sleeping in a ruin. And we're just gonna run... Oh, no, we're not. He can't get in here. I haven't been down here yet. Was locked on. Oh boy, wow, he's really trying to get in here. I feel like if I would be any closer, he would definitely hit me. Yeah, magic lets you cheese through some of the most difficult fights. I suppose if I had a bow and a bunch of arrows, it would be the same thing. At least with a bow you can aim. You can't really aim the magic. So, it's really that broken? If you can't aim it the way that you can aim a bow. Besides late game, everybody has spells anyway. They're just fun. It's another great bear. Here. Darrowell, the enemy that Blythe is looking for, is actually in this Evergoal. I think that's what they're called, Evergoals. They're basically just prisons. Forlorn Hound, Evergoal. Darrowell, the Forlorn Hound. So... Feral Calling Ring Remedy. So you use this kind of like, I don't know, the humanity tokens in Dark Souls, in a way. Except it doesn't give you extra health. That's the thing with Dark Souls. Stuff gave you extra health. And Blythe's summon is right here. Summon him. And this fight's gonna be cake.
Darrowell. Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
And you get a bit of story dialogue. Everjail. It's pronounced Everjail even though it's Gaol. Wow, I just walked right into his attack. Bloodhound Fang. It's a decent two-hand weapon. I don't really use it. I much prefer the twin blade over that, but it does have, what is its ult ability? You can't I don't think you can change its ult ability, but it does cause blood loss buildup. It is a good weapon. It's a good early game two-hand sword if that's your thing. And normally it is for me, but twin blades aren't in a whole lot of games. Thank you. It's very easy to find. It's very early on in the game. If you don't know where it's at, the Twin Blade, the first one, can be found at Dragon Burnt Ruins. It's hidden behind a wall. It's a walled off dungeon area. If you go to the one that's not walled off, don't open the chest unless you want to be teleported to somewhere very, very dangerous. It's a trap. In fact, I might put a message there if there isn't one currently. Because I'm going there, and I'm actually going to use that trap intentionally. Magic. How so? How do the twin blades discipline? I much prefer the Knight's twin blade to this one, but that's just personal preference. Honestly, I don't think their stats are that much different. Dragon worshippers. Oh, it doesn't come down here? Because after playing Jedi Survivor or you know, the Souls-like Star Wars games, the twin blade feels exactly like the dual lightsaber, except you know, there's not as many animations there, not as many combos, but it's still like very fluid, especially for, you know, from Dark Souls to Elden Ring. It flows. There's a finesse that some weapons in this game just don't have. Yeah, the heavier feeling in Dark Souls 2. I didn't realize that there was a twin blade in Dark Souls 2. Where is the twin blade in Dark Souls 2? Like, how far into the game do you have to be to find that? Because I would go back and play Dark Souls 2 if there was a twin blade I could find and wield in that. These fellas praise. When you're praised in this game, you just get direct health, I think. Right? Is it direct health? Okay, I'll look them up. I'll look them up and check it out, because Dark Souls 2 and 3, I think I like over Dark Souls 1, the first one. I mean, it's good. All of them are good. It's like trying to say that like one Zelda game is better than the other, you know? What I'm really concerned about is this guy above us. Not really concerned with the other guys. Don't want to get his a second time by that. Yeah, I'll look up the Twin Blades and might stream a playthrough of Dark Souls 2 and you think Dark Souls 1 isn't as replayable as 2 and 3? 2 is the one that you played the most after Elden Ring. Right on. Yeah, 2 is fun. There's a lot into, and there's a lot of stuff hidden in the second one. And I thought Miyazaki after the second one had said like, I'm not gonna do another Dark Souls. Bloodborne came out, and then Dark Souls 3 came out pretty quickly. I feel like. But they're both, like, Dark Souls 3 has some really good areas to explore and really interesting stuff. So these guys kind of ignore us for the most part. Not the bug guys. The bug guys are definitely not. So what we need to do, what I'm trying to do is grab the crystals in there. So I think I'll just run in, grab my XP, and then grab the crystals that the guys are mining, and then run out again. And then we'll run to the merchant and get the... Is it the merchant that sells the dagger things? The throwing daggers that use the crystals. Oh, it's like a shotgun blast. I guess I knew that, but I'm trying to get him to drop down here. Might have to run around and just jump. If I really want to take that guy out. The other one fell? Was that guy not wanting to fall? He's the smart one, and he just plays it safe. He just waits for you to just stick a toe out, and he'll start shooting it. I remember him being quite that aggressive before. Or even that alert. Uh-oh, we took this guy's crystal. He's mad. This is a really bad place to be. Just jump down and level really quick. Be fine. We'll be fine. Oh, we're a little bit short. A little bit short. That's okay. That guy fell. That guy can hit us in here from out there? Oh, jeez. Well, that guy's stuck down here, and he's not even looking at us anymore. He's distracted. So I'm gonna try and make my way around, because I think if it's not that way, if I can get up and around without being detected by this guy up here. He's looking right now. Or this might or might not work. Ah. Wow. Spammer. He's not been that aggressive in my previous playthroughs. That's crazy. I've never seen him just spam that. There used to be like a delay. They wouldn't fire it off that quick. That was insane. Well, you know, with the updates, they change things and gotta keep you on your toes, even experienced players. I think that's one of my favorite things about this. Oh no, he's seen us. Here. Ooh. That was a little spooky. Oh, jeez. I knew their attacks were strong. I must have had better armor when I got zapped here the first time. stay close. Once you get up close, they're not so bad. Whoa, the range. Nice, yeah. The cracked crystal is used to make these throwing daggers that on gargoyles it short circuits them. All of them, even the big ones. They're very helpful. They'll turn them into allies for you for a short time. Turn them against one another. If they still do that. I don't know if they've changed that or not. I have not played in so long that, like, even if I looked at the patch notes, I'd be like, I have no idea. Let's just play it and find out. Look at this guy just slow walking at us. It's really hard to get a back attack on this, on these guys. Try stealth. Try it and find out. There we go, finally. Oh no. This is what I'm used to with Dark Souls. This is where this is where Dark Souls games usually, this is how they go. Most of Elden Ring is not as challenging, but you put yourself in a position like this where you go ahead into areas that you should be like level 60 probably in this area, level 50, 60. 40, 45 at minimum, I guess, but I'm only level 29 right now, so I'm just gonna run past because I'm gonna jump down because that's another level. I'd much rather use that properly. And since we're down here anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the merchant. We're looking for the merchant. I don't know why I thought I could hit that beetle like that. That was very close, but I'm not gonna bother trying to do that right now. And if the merchant doesn't sell it, I'm pretty sure it's in the cave itself. I love that Torrent is just immune to the toxins. It's like a fungus. It is a fungus. Map is down this way. It'd be easier to get up to the path. I know there are dragons like right on the path though. So I might have to go around a little bit. This is another Church America. It might be. Oh, geez. You know, I'm sure they were here before, but I don't remember there being as many of those bug guys. In this particular region. There's the dragon. One of them. And we have the map.
Buying or selling?
Yeah, definitely gonna need more runes. More runes for this guy. Pretty sure there's a point of light down here somewhere nearby. There's also a boss nearby I really don't want to trigger I think you might have to actually interact with something to trigger that particular boss, but... Oh no. Oh god. I've been blighted. Thought there was another one down below. I guess not.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you. If you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace. Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
There we go, Round Table Hold. The Round Table Hold is a place where tarnished gather, guided by grace. Combat is prohibited in the premises due to a pact of non-aggression. This rule is in effect when the Round Table icon is displayed. The Round Table Hold is located outside of this world, and fast travel by grace is the only means of reaching it. Use the map to travel there. It's outside of time and space. Right, and so I'm just going to go through and speak to all the NPCs, let them just completely go through all of their dialogue. Because the first time you visit, it's just best to get it out of the way.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the Round Table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the Round Table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
Okay, I guess.
There's nothing left to say.
Ulfnir.
Be at your leisure.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Round Table Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a Tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form. Righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace.
When I first played through this, I remember thinking, like, what, Two Fingers? Is that like an order? Is that like a group? And I thought that the whole time until I finally saw it. I think everyone who played through it was like, what? What? When they finally saw the Two Fingers.
You do? Wonderful news. Most Tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the Two May the Golden Order shine through you.
Hello again. You haven't gone to seek a rank yet, have you? Well, no rush. You do as you please. Just as long as he doesn't starve to death, eh?
Oh, that's right. He eats the roots. Gross.
Go to Garank only if you feel the time is right. Killing those who live in death and weeding their death root is a path not to be trod without ample resolve.
Sure. Sure, I guess. Look, it's Kit Harington. Looks like Jon Snow.
Ah, hello. You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of
Okay,
one's
Jon
house
Snow.
holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me. Be sure to tell me if you meet a young woman named Lanya. She's a servant to my house. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tomboy. Be sure to tell me if you meet a young woman named Lanya. She's a servant to my house. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of them.
Well, I didn't mean to do that, but okay, whatever. It's fine.
You're a new face. No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing. Back already. No matter. Lay out your arms.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fear. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act.
It's just a hug. It's just a hug.
My
It's literally
thanks,
just a hug.
Great champion. You are very warm. What you felt light up inside you was a Baldakin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another. I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
It's a very helpful buff. It raises your poise, makes it harder for you to be staggered It's really, really, really helpful against bosses. Gotta go to equipment. There we go. See if we're forgetting this guy. That emote is hilarious. Memory stone. That would be worth it just to go farm really quick just to purchase that. Memory stones are used to equip multiple spells. So having a memory stone gives me an extra spell slot. You know, let's do this.
Go to Garank only if you feel that killing those is
I did not mean to talk to that guy. Alright, let me do this. I'm gonna jump down below and we're gonna fight the guy that appears down here. You just finished your first playthrough of Elden Ring? Is that what you said? enemies. I don't remember this guy being that difficult, honestly. We're gonna try something a little different. If I can get my inventory to cooperate. That's awesome. Which ending did you go with? Yeah, the end boss there is the Elden beast thing. It's fun. My God, okay.
Go to Garank only if you feel that...
This is the third playthrough. This is my third playthrough. And currently I am a bit under leveled to take this guy on. And I remember him being a lot weaker previously. So there have obviously been a lot of tweaks and changes since I played the game last. So we're just going to grab this. Alright, I completely forgot about that emote. No. No, this guy's a lot different than he was when I fought him. Like, even on my second playthrough, I jumped down here around the same level, had the same, pretty close to the same gear. He was a lot weaker. So I don't know if we'll be able to take him out right now. You only had the one? That's right. There we go. So Mad Tongue allows you to open your game up for invasions. And what that means is, because typically you can only be invaded when you have someone summoned in Elden Ring. Another player. Not an NPC. A player. Oh, that's a pretty good weapon. If you're a faith build. But that means that you can open your game up for invasions, and 2 people can invade your game. Theoretically speaking, 2 people can invade your game at one time, and you can be fighting 2v1 game if that's your thing. If you want to make your game harder. Oh, thank you. I just saw your comment there. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to attach it. Actually, I don't have that equipped either. Do that. That one, not the other one. Oh, I don't have the dagger equipped either. Maybe I should have the dagger equipped. The other stuff is more intentional. Like I should have more time to go into my inventory and select it. So the knife though allows you to end co-op sessions. They're really funny. What does this one say here? Boss. First off, don't give up. Time for dawn. Now time for dawn. And we're 1,000 short of the memory stone, but I can buy the blue cipher ring. And the blue cipher ring allows you to help people that are being invaded. And this is a good one to have too. So if I do use the tongue, then it will automatically, if I have this equipped, I will automatically be in a queue to get aid, which sometimes does not come. But for now, I have the blue cipher ring on. Now I will respond to calls of rescue in other worlds. So if I'm out in the world and someone gets invaded, I have a chance of getting into their world. Sometimes the combat's over by the time I get in there, though. I think we're all done here for now. I think I'm gonna take a break here. That was a tough fight. And I've been going for a little while now. I think what I'll do is we'll set up. Where's a good spot? South of Geo Lake. See if there's anything on the HUD I can turn off. Yeah, everything. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Please remember to like if you enjoyed this stream, and be sure to subscribe to find us again if you haven't done so yet. And enjoy the scenery and music of Limgrave and South Geo Lake. Actually, we're going to move over here a little bit, so we're not directly in front of that. Yeah, you know, before I go, I'm going to respond to your comment there. You said, I honestly wish more RPGs had similar Elden Ring multiplayer systems, like Dark Souls and whatnot. There's been quite a few games where I loved solo play, but just wished I could help/get help for certain parts. Yeah, you know, I think it also doesn't seem to be that obtrusive on their systems. You know what I mean? Like, all of that multiplayer stuff is optional. It makes PvP way more interesting and so optional, super optional. Like, you don't have to get involved if you don't want to. You can just play your own game. In Dark Souls, it's a little more intentional. Like, you know, you don't have to get invasions if you don't use the humanity stuff, but you have more health if you have humanity, so like there's a benefit to that. But then, like, you can get invaded more often, and those encounters, I think that's part of the reason what makes Dark Souls games more difficult than Elden Ring, because you can just be playing and suddenly there's a player in your game trying to take you down, and that can be really, really stressful. That makes Dark Souls more of an intentional PvP game. Like, you're going into it knowing that at some point you may have to fight a player. Like, you know, you could beat a boss and then jump off a cliff after you've leveled and used your souls and go back and get them, but like, there's a benefit of staying human in Dark Souls for long periods of time. Most of them, like weird systems that are difficult to wrap your head around. But I think that's the fun of these games, because like, years after people have been playing them, there are new things discovered, or new ways of doing things, even in the speedrun community. It's awesome. I love these games. Yeah, that's the greatest part about this, the Elden Rings multiplayer system. I think the more you invite other players into your game, the more likely that's the only time you'll get invaded, is if you invite another player into your game, even if they're helping you. If they are invited into your game, unless you want to really have, like, the only time that you're going to be in a position where it's like, am I going to get invaded? It's possible. It's that's the time, like, it's super stressful, especially like if you summon someone during like a very particularly difficult dungeon that you just need help getting through. Some of them have some really wonky enemies that are just too hard to deal with on your own sometimes, and those are the moments where it's like, I could get invaded, and then that other player that's invading that particular region, like, you know, it's like they would know it, or they should know it from the back of their hand. Like, if they are an invader, if they're playing that play style and they like a particular dungeon, they're going to know where to go. That makes it even more interesting, because then the enemies aren't necessarily attacking them. They can be hurt by enemies. Of course, all enemies can be hurt by one another in this game, but they're just another enemy in your game. So is a random player boss in your game. Anyway, I'm going to complete the sign off there. I really appreciate your input and your participation in the comments. That I honestly, I love this game. I'm going to keep streaming this game. And if you enjoyed it, come back for the next session. I'll probably be playing tomorrow, or perhaps the day after, depending on how things go. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day.